Lyft is laying out a disaster plan just in case of a national emergency, which happens from time to time. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and just to let you know up front, because I know you're going to be asking about this is like the first thing that's going to come to your mind. Yeah, there are fireworks sounds in the background. They're everywhere. Don't worry, this is not World War III starting. It is the 4th of July, and I'm recording tomorrow's videos, which are today's videos for everyone in the future. And my street is a particularly festive street, so I just have to record while they're going on. I mean, I was out there partying earlier. I got really crazy, apparently. Did things that apparently it's very unusual for me to do. I don't know exactly what that would be, but, people told me that, I did some really strange things that didn't make a lot of sense. However, that's besides the point. If that's what the sounds are in the background and you hear them, that's why. Oh, and before we get to today's video, let's have a word from our sponsors who thankfully understood my need to take a day off yesterday. I will have an extra sponsored video for them tomorrow, which means you will get a proper video tomorrow as opposed to just a quick little live stream.
Thanks, Kevin. Hi, I'm Jonathan with gigworker.com, and we've been commissioned to conduct a survey by an insurance company that's getting ready to put out a new insurance product specifically for Uber and Lyft drivers. But they want to get some information from drivers that will help them tweak the insurance so it really fits our needs. So I wanted to invite you to participate in the survey because they're going to use your answers to help them design the cheapest Uber and Lyft insurance available. Not only will it be cheaper, but it will cover a lot more, like lost wages when you can't work because your car is in the shop. Think about that. So if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, would you take about 5 minutes to complete the survey? Kevin said he'll leave a link down below in the description. If you could click on that at the end of the video, that would be great.
Lyft lays out its disaster response plans. Now, this is an interesting one for me because a year or two ago, I think it was a year and a half ago, there was that shooting in Nevada. The gunman from one of the hotel rooms shot on a crowd of people. There was some festival going on. I don't remember the full details. It was a really bad day. And, of course, Lyft and Uber drivers were the first respondents. So much so that me and Drive Girl Drive made a video, which I believe is on her channel. And we talked about what could Lyft and Uber do for drivers who found themselves in unexpected situations, like there's a gunman or, there's a fire or something like that. And we started spitballing suggestions, ultimately came to the conclusion that, Uber and Lyft need to figure this out. Like, we shouldn't have to be the ones to tell them what to do. Well, Lyft, I guess, has been thinking about this, and it's a little late, but I guess late is better than never. And they have some contingency plans should some major things happen again. So, here's what it says. When disasters, man-made or natural strike, you can be sure that Lyft will respond as best it can. So says the company, at least. Lyft outlined in a blog post this morning its Disaster Relief Access Program, the protocol it uses to evaluate and respond to disasters while increasing access to potentially life-saving resources. Quote, we will aim to keep rides Oh my gosh. That's the first thing they say. This is the first thing they say. Amazing. Absolute. Oh my god. Gosh, this is ridiculous. In the last video, I said that whatever was going on with Amazon was like the silliest thing that I had read all day. No, this is probably the silliest thing. This is definitely the dumbest thing you're going to see all day. Because here's the thing. The first thing they say, we will aim to keep affordable prices. You know what, Lyft? Here's the thing. If it's a national disaster, if it's a disaster at all, affordable pricing should actually not be the first thing on your mind. Helping people should be the first thing on your mind. Figuring out if your drivers are safe, that should be one of the first things on your mind. Maybe having a plan where it's like, hey, if there is a national disaster and the drivers are indicating it, we will find a way to cover those rides so that if the drivers want to help, they will be compensated for helping those people. But, and we won't even charge them. What a bad response. Not even through the first sentence. This is already such a bad response. We aim to keep rides affordable during times of disaster to ensure people can get to where they need to be. We look forward to growing our disaster relief access program and continuing to provide rides when our communities need them the most. As is the case with Uber, Lyft says its global operations center constantly monitors the state of affected areas and only dispatches rides in places where service restrictions haven't been imposed. When operators receive notice of an incoming disaster, the company says they evaluate a range of factors, including road conditions, nearby drivers, and relationships with local government agencies to figure out if there's anything Lyft can do. It's interesting that they're saying if there's anything Lyft can do. I mean, that kind of almost suggests that the Lyft drivers are employees. I mean, hear me out. I mean, we're independent contractors, right? Lyft is just a platform. We don't work for Lyft. And yet Lyft is saying, well, we're just going to see what we can do. You can't do anything. Those drivers aren't yours. They're not. They don't work for you, apparently. So what are you going to do? You're going to give some, I mean, obviously you can donate money after the disaster's over. That's something you can do. But Lyft, you're not doing anything. Don't kid yourself. This is them trying to look altruistic and just not being so. In responding to a disaster, Lyft says it regularly provides free ride codes to designated areas through nonprofits, local news organizations, and on the official Lyft Facebook and Instagram pages. So it's nice that, when you need an emergency ride, there's like a code wall there, if you will. The company also says it works closely with Facebook to post updates or ride codes on the Facebook Crisis Response Hub, and that it tries to direct affected users to other useful services nearby, such as United Way's 211 or Airbnb's open homes, and to provide transportation to first responders and volunteers, which, by the way, that's not a bad thing. Let's see here. Oh, what happened there? There it is. Okay, so lastly, Lyft says it complies with road closures imposed by local governments and any declarations of a state of emergency, including caps on fares. Lyft says it'll point out shutdown areas to drivers within the app when it's able to, which, it's fair. Like, sometimes Lyft doesn't know before other people do. Additionally, the company says it dispatches fewer rides when it determines driver safety is at risk. That is also fair. The Disaster Relief Access Program is part of City Works, an initiative Lyft launched in Los Angeles earlier this year that's more or less an amalgam of its existing communities to community uplift, albeit with fresh capital behind it. Lyft pledged last year to make the bulk of its rides carbon neutral and to use 100% renewable energy at its facilities, and it recently announced that it'll purchase renewable energy through credits through Los Angeles Green Energy for a Green LA program. Green credits doesn't mean anything. Check out the Penn and Teller bullshit episode about the environment. I mean, granted, there's some things in that episode that are technically incorrect, but when they talk about like the green credit system, it doesn't actually do anything. Lyft also invests in services that minimize single occupancy car like Shared Saver. In Los Angeles, Lyft said it would form advisory councils made up of civic leaders and advocates and commit a minimum of $50 million a year, or 1% of profits, because they don't have any profits, to improving life through grassroots transportation initiatives. It also said it would offer free and discounted rides to support staff and communities of Mayor Eric Garcetti's A Bridge Home Partner organization, including the YWCA of Greater Los Angeles PATH and the people concerned, and that it would collaborate with nonprofits like Investing in Place to make bikes and scooters available to low-income families. So that's the end of that. Now, here's my thoughts on this. Because this is misguided from the get-go. It's misguided because the first thing they say is that they'll try to keep the rides affordable. You know what? Affordable rides aren't really anyone's concern right now. If there is a disaster and you really want to help, those rides are free. They're just free. You shouldn't have to worry about that. And by the way, they usually do refund rides. However, one thing they did not address is driver safety. Now, they did say that if the situation got too out of control, if it just got way too out of control, they would, not bother to send the drivers. They just wouldn't do it. So that's positive, I guess. However, they didn't talk about how they're going to let the drivers how they would put a feature in there that Lyft drivers can notify Lyft that there is a emergency. That, maybe the customer service hotline, I don't know, but Lyft did not lay out any new strategies on how other drivers can be notified that there is a real big problem, like there might be a gunman or an earthquake or something, and drivers would probably be getting called over there and they don't even know the dangers that they're putting themselves in. So this is in my opinion, a really bad thought response. Of course, what do I expect? I mean, Lyft is pretty competent. We all know this. They're worse than Uber in many ways. I don't even know why they're bringing this up now. I mean, maybe because this was published the day before the 4th of July, so 2 days ago, essentially, at this point. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, yeah, Lyft drivers, if you're out there, whether it be 4th of July, any day, you're on your own if there is a disaster in the area. You're not going to get any help from Lyft. Carry a weapon to protect yourself, and remember, this is a very, very dangerous job. So anyway, that's where we're going to leave this here, and, so anyway, what do you folks think about any of this? Do you agree this is a bad response? Do you disagree? I would love to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly, and you get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. Also, if gas prices are getting you just a little down, check out the Get Upside app below. It's totally free, but you get cash back on every gas purchase. If you want to see more content from me that's not related to rideshare or apps, check out Kevin T. Rodriguez or the Apptrepreneur Vlogs channel. And finally, if you want to talk to me or other fellow rideshare drivers, check it out at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts on Facebook. As always, flame responsive. Whoa! Okay, I just looked in the mirror. I've got Mickey Mouse ears on my head. I've got Mickey Mouse ears on my head. Like, that's... Whoa. Oh, jeez. Okay. I officially had way too much fun tonight. Is this what a hangover feels like? Wow. How many videos did I make with these? This is, well... Anyway, that's not going to happen again. So anyway, folks, yeah, I hope you had a good laugh over that one in the midst of this very serious subject. Anyway, so I'll catch you all later with the beanie intact next time.